You can't come up on my show. You gonna introduce me on my own show?
Yeah, it works.
All right, DYNA CAST episode 11. A little different. I'm streaming from home because the studio costs a bit much, and I'm trying to save the money I get from YouTube to make merchandise and stuff like that. So that's why the studio will be on occasion, but this my background will be updating pretty soon. So
Cool.
yeah. Anyway, we have new people here to talk about comic book movies today. So I need to every time I be trying to I try not to say a lot, and that's just the running gag of this show. It's just me trying to
not going to work.
Speak more professional. At this point, I should just be like, fuck it and just talk. So coming from the comic book hideout.
Yeah. What's up? I'm Funky Garcia, and I got my two Nates here. Yep. Nathan, or just Pen. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to call him 8, but we call him Nate. Or Young Nate. Yep. Yeah. It'll be his official album dropping. Mm-hmm. No.
You guys got any social handles?
Yeah, I do. It's just at Funky Garcia _ at Funky _ Garcia.
So I'm Celtic Adobo on Instagram.
This guy's only on TikTok.
Yeah,
I have no.
Yeah, he's off the grid. Like
off the grid.
Yeah, like he lives in the cabin in the woods.
That's true.
But
hey, that's fine. It's scary out there. Don't jump on social. It ain't safe.
Like 4 hours.
True.
Hey, I just want to say happy birthday to Mr. Garcia.
Happy birthday, dude.
I'm sorry. Look, when I come home from work, man, I eat and I go to bed. I was like, should I make it? I was like, I can't. I'm sleepy, man. I'm going to bed.
I had the
we got.
I got the party at my work. Yeah. So it was like,
yeah.
Oh, you just stayed at work.
Yeah. I got paid to a certain point, and then I got really lit. And I got driven home, and then I woke up to a burrito. I was like, "Oh shit, cool."
Yeah, then we got a text message saying my battery's low. Somebody help me. Take me to work.
So we have a triple crossover going on here with the comic book hideout and also with Global Nerds. So we got Darrell over here.
Representing the nerds, man. What's going on? Invisible glasses. There we go. I'm gonna do this whole show like this. Yeah.
And making his appearance since the beginning of my podcast. We did a Justice League podcast before the DYNA CAST. This is Kevin. Where you still there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Kevin, he's invisible. Just so you guys can know, he's invisible.
He's Spider-Punk right now. He sent me an image to use in place.
Okay. All right. He was my favorite.
So,
whole Spider-Punk.
So, real quick, because I feel like I'm gonna be the outlier of this conversation. I did not hate the Flash movie. I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay. If this was the reboot, it's just like, oh, all right, cool. But there are things that that I had issues with. But what did you guys think about it overall?
First of all, can we curse on this podcast?
Yeah, you say whatever you want. You remember remember niggas be niggas, remember?
Well,
when people say that, it's just like, well, you feel guilty, so why do you feel guilty about something that has nothing to do with you?
That part.
You know, I mean, there's black people out there committing crimes all the time. I'm
I
not
ain't
guilty
feeling
for
guilty
the
for
shit
'em.
they do.
Let that black ass stay over there.
Let them
I'm
niggas
good.
be niggas.
That part. Y'all understand? We black people, then we got niggas. Okay? You got white folk, you got white trash. It's different levels to people, all right? I ain't a nigga. I'm a nigga. It's a different.
Let them niggas be niggas.
So, this movie was a pile of hot garbage shit. Like, it was the worst thing I have ever seen. This movie felt like it should have came out 4 years ago when it should have came out 4 years ago.
That's not a lie.
I was watching, I was like, I hyped this movie. They was like, man, this is the greatest comic book movie ever. Everyone should see it. So I'm like, oh, cool, let me get out there. 30 minutes in, I was like, I was asleep. The girl I was with was like, are you sleeping? I was like, I guess.
I guess so.
That's how I
Movie
knew
was trash.
it would be a flop when they hyped it up too much. Where I'm like, all right, now you guys are sounding insecure. I can tell this is going to be a stinker because y'all are hyping this too much.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. Everyone expected so much from it when it was just a regular ass movie, and that's what I think I felt hurt the movie a bit. But honestly, it was. I don't want to say it was the best DC's done, but it's one of the better films that they have done, if that makes sense. Not counting Snyder stuff, because I like that little Snyder trilogy: Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, the Snyder cut. not Snyder cut. Not Justice League, not Justice League. No.
Oh my god.
But I felt like it was fine. The third act felt like a different movie because it was mostly about Barry. He finds his mom, and then he's having a relationship with himself, with his younger self, and I like that whole part of the movie. And then I felt like they should use someone else outside of Kryptonians, because then what did Batman do? You get what I mean? You know, especially if you look back at BVS when he was fighting Doomsday, Homeboy was just in the background. Wonder Woman and Superman was doing all the work. He threw a few bombs, and he's like, "Hold on, don't hit me."
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
How about you guys at the hideout? What did you guys think? What did based on what you guys?
I thought the trailer was interesting, and the Wikipedia summary was passable.
I love Michael Keaton.
I feel this is like a whole generation of people. It's like, who the fuck is this old guy as Batman? So it's almost like DC's banking on the best Batman when like a whole generation of people don't really have a connection to him.
But that's like not really.
Let's get crazy.
He's the youngest of our bunch.
Yeah.
And he fucking loves my.
I mean, look, it's just what I grew up on. Like my dad loved the '89 movie, and so I grew up watching the '89 movie, and so like getting to see Michael Keaton again was just in the trailer. I wasn't able to see the movie, but you know, it was nice to see. You know, I was glad that he. But then it's just crazy that at the end of the movie, I do know at the end. They bring in George Clooney to do like the whole time thing problem where it's like, oh, we fixed everything, but wait, it's not. We messed up. We gotta go back. Why is George Clooney here?
He was like,
It's like,
who the fuck are you?
Christian Bale. So,
it also doesn't make sense. Like, okay, you go back in time, and then suddenly it's a completely different person. So are we saying like Barry went back in time?
It's weird because it's like time and alternate realities, and I felt like Barry should have tried to go back in time, but actually ran into an alternate universe, and then that should have been the issue instead of him going. Because now it's just like, just based on the theoretically how this all works. I mean, when you go back in time, you don't go back in time. You create like a divergent timeline of where you came from.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it, but then if you run back, but then he messed things up by putting the cans up. So then, I guess that's the key to making the new DCEU. You get what I mean?
It was. He changed it. He changed reality.
He still changed it, but he went back. But so it's changed a little bit, but not enough to where it caused chaos, where there are no metahumans.
That's what they always do with every,
I mean, you got.
Yeah, forgetting
it is.
Comic.
Yeah,
you got George Clooney as Batman. You got Selena Gomez as Wonder Woman. You got Patrick Stewart coming in as Blue Beetle. It's gonna be a whole screw up.
I would love that. I would.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the movie, Kevin?
I just wanted to chime in because I thought it was very interesting detail that you pointed out why I felt like really weird about the movie, because the whole message of the movie, every story has a theme, like this, the point of the story, why it's being told. And the whole point of the film is that you have to make peace of what happens in the past. Like, the more you go back and try to meddle with it, there's consequences. So that's the message the movie wants to tell. But then at the end, like Corey said, the movie's like, never mind. Barry got what he wanted after all. So it's just like, if you continue... So really, the message, if you think about it, if you continue messing the past just enough, you can get what you want. Like, the message is like, it messed up its landing at the end, where it's just like, it completely abandoned the message it wanted to tell.
Yeah. Again, while the movie was convoluted, the performances in the movie was really good. Like, Ezra Miller, they can act. I didn't want to mention gender or whatever, but they can act.
The Ezras.
Do I want them replaced? Yeah. Do I want them replaced going forward? I don't think so. I think everyone has a way to get a second chance and to kind of improve themselves. And if they are making the steps to improve who they were and correct their past mistakes, I think they should continue with this film because he was the best part.
I feel like we need a new Flash because this doesn't feel like... I like Ezra's Flash, but he's not... The way James Gunn is going with the DCEU is like almost comic book accurate, just going by what, he's announcing. So I feel like we need a more comic book accurate, taller, blonder Barry Allen. That's what I feel.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just go with a Wally West.
Other than that, the movie, even though it was, like I said, it was a pile of shit, they might. Or go with the, what's the other one? Not Wally West, but the one for the future.
Impulse?
Bart?
Yeah, Impulse. I'll say just do
Bart
that.
Allen, right?
Bart Allen, Bart. Yeah.
Just go with Bart Allen. Just come out of nowhere like, what year is this? They be like, man, it's 2023. It's like, fuck, where's my dad at? You know what I mean? And they got the whole movie.
So, speaking of the new rebooted DCEU, we have there seems to be like these Superman movies, like most Superman movies just always had Superman and Lex Luthor. And then we got Henry Cavill's Superman, which we got Batman, Wonder Woman, and the entire Justice League. So now we're getting a new Superman movie with the Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and what is it, Metamorpho?
Metamorpho,
yeah.
About that.
So it's just like
Mr. Terrific.
No, Mr. Terrific.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
What was that?
I like who they picked for Mr.
Guy
Terrific.
Gardner, the Green Lantern, Guy Gardner.
Oh God, Green Lantern, So it's just like, what is this movie? What is it going to be about? It's pretty heavy. There's a lot of people in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
going to be Guardians of the Galaxy .5.
I think they're going to use Legacy as a way of explaining, like the legacy of Superman through all these other heroes. Because he's supposed to represent like the best of us. I think that's the thing with like Man of Steel that we really lost touch with, because it was like so like grungy and dark. Like one of the big things with Superman is like
I feel like the
pretty much. A good Superman story is about hope for humanity and like the best.
I feel like I feel like the DCU should always rest on Superman, because he's the first superhero. So it should reflect in the universe. And I'm just in general, he was the first superhero. So I feel
Right.
like that the DC nowadays they seem like they're giving Superman more attention, like with the new cartoon My Adventures with Superman. You know, you got anime Superman out there. You have Superman and Lois, which is pretty good. So I'm glad that they're getting back to giving Superman more attention after not giving him, after just riding Batman's balls for so long.
Yeah.
And honestly, we feel it here.
I'm excited
like
for the film, but I just hope it's focused on Superman. And it seems like you added too many people in there. It's gonna be convoluted.
For the
It's gonna feel like a mini Justice League film at this movie. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, but I feel like
a world's finest.
Because if you look at the cast and you
like
kind of look at the first Justice League show that was on Cartoon Network, it's kind of lining up with that. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, is this going to be a soft Justice League launching point, or is this going to be completely focused on Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know it's not going to be like an origin movie. They're not. He's not doing that.
You guys are cutting out a bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're going to use all the characters.
All right, go ahead. What are your thoughts, Kevin, on Superman Legacy?
I'll talk as soon as they're done talking. I don't want to cut them off.
Oh, we're waiting.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I don't know in regards to my thoughts because I think that's one of my issues of James Gunn right now is that at first I thought I liked the idea of him talking to the audience because I thought it'd be a good way to build rapport and to quell any misunderstandings and to show. But the more he talks, the more he contradicts himself and the more inconsistent he's being. And I'm like, dude, you've been at first you said that this is just going to be a normal Superman movie. I'm like, all right, very safe, maybe not very ambitious or inspiring, but whatever. And then he's like, this is going to be actually a Superman versus the Authority movie. I'm like, that's weird. All right, whatever. And now, like what we've been talking about, I don't know if all of it's true, or I don't know if he's just like if he keeps changing his plans. I'm not sure what to think of it. And if the leaks are true, like apparently it takes place. If the leaks are true, it takes place in the Middle East, and the JLA, Hawk Girl, Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific, they want to handle the conflict one way. Superman wants to handle it another way. And the more I'm hearing it, I'm like, and again, if this is true, it literally kind of feels like the movie is copying like the first act, the Middle East part from BVS, and is copying Black Adam. Like it's just taking those parts. And I'm just like, bro, this is literally, you're just redoing Black Adam.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Like the JLA was in Black Adam too. Like instead of Hawk Girl, it was Hawk Man.
Exactly.
It's like that meme. Is like James Gunn is like, "Hey, can I copy your homework?" And The Rock's like, "Sure, just."
So what do you hope to see from the DCU overall?
The credits.
Kevin, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, for me,
the credits.
I mean, I've been burned
to
by DC for so long, where I'm so excited to see these trailers. Black Adam, I was like, "Oh, this look good." Watch the movie, let down. Shazam, "Oh, this look good by the trailer." Watch the movie, let down. The Flash, they hyped it up for 4 years. Let's watch the movie, let down. So now Blue Beetle, the trailers look good, right?
They're not hyping it up. They're not hyping it up. They're just saying it's there. Hey, look, a movie's coming out.
I am scared. I don't know.
I actually want to watch the
Go ahead, Kevin. What do you like? If you could make the like in a quick summary, if you could, what would you want the DCU to be?
All I know. Okay, I think it'd be better to answer the question not with what I wanted to be, but what I don't want it to be, and I don't want it to be an MCU 2.0. That's what I don't want it to be. I want it to be, whatever people's misgivings about the previous slate, even though like, at times there may have been no cohesion between the films. At least it felt like the directors were trying to do their own. Like the directors had a vision they were trying to see. You don't really get that too much in the MCU. Like whenever there is a director that wants to have a vision, it never happens. Like Edgar Wright of Ant-Man. I was so interested in Edgar Wright for Ant-Man, and then it never happened. But if you listen to Edgar Wright and if you look into it, I really wish I could have seen that movie. So basically, I don't know what I really want for the DCU. All I know is what I don't want, where it's just like a factory line, and it's like the kind of like they have this one format, and you're getting the same movie all the time, and there's no opportunity for creative vision. I'm fine if a movie isn't the greatest movie, if at least it's trying to do something completely unique.
Well, it's James Gunn. I'm pretty sure him and his cabinet of creatives, they're gonna do what they want.
I hope so.
How about you guys at the Hideout? What's your expectations in a summary, quick summary? Oh dang! Did you guys freeze?
Yeah,
they're frozen.
Blame the Flash. He did this.
Oh dang! They dropped.
Yeah, they gonna come back in, but
it was me, Barry. I messed with your podcast.
It was the DC. It was Discovery Warner Brothers saying, man, they talking about us. Let's shut their shit down.
Shut them down. Hey, they ain't paying us. They gotta leave us alone anyway.
For real.
They got that Warner Brothers money. They're like, oh, you want us to get off this podcast? Sure.
Man.
All those zeros.
The only thing I'm hoping for is James Gunn give us a cohesive story. Something that's entertaining, something a little different than what we've seen before. And it was kind of like, okay, he did Brightburn, which was his take on the dark Superman, okay? That was kind of his pitch. So if he was doing Superman now, and I remember that film, I was like, ooh, we'll get something a little interesting, a different take on a boy coming to Earth who find out he's an alien and trying to cope with being, not of the planet he's on. If they're not going to do that aspect of it, then it's just going to be a run-of-the-mill superhero movie that we've been seeing a million times. So I'm hoping in the back of his head that's what he's going to go with, this Superman legacy.
Not to be like the I don't want to be the actually guy. James Gunn produced it. It was David Yarovesky who directed Brightburn, but I'll still give you credit. Okay. Like James Gunn, since he produced it, it shows at least it shows that he wants to. He wants to be unconventional. There's some truth to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have no expectations. It's just like whatever we get. Just so long as they're not kind of like retreading our mark, like being inspired by what they did, but not copying what they did.
Right.
So it is cool that they're keeping some elements that worked from the DCEU and they're bringing it over to the DCU. But
right.
So long as the movies are good, that's all I care about, honestly.
Yeah, well, my fingers are crossed this time. I'm not anticipating anything because, again, I've been burned 4 times in a row with DC. 4 times in a row. I can't get any more crisper at this point.
I think we can.
Damn.
So, hey, we got the Hideout back. Warner Brothers loosened their grip on us. It's like, all right, we're not paying these people, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Recently, I've just been kind of bored with comic book movies, mostly Marvel, because it's just this. It's the same stuff. And I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was really good, and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever was really good. I cried like 4 times.
Okay.
But Ant-Man, I didn't care. The Marvels, I don't care. I like Miss Marvel was the actress name.
Imani something.
Yeah, Imani. Yeah, I like her, cool. But it's
she is absolutely.
But it's going to be the same shit that they've been doing. It's like there's a formula. Like Marvel, they started off as the indie film company, and now they're the corporate company, and they're showing it.
Yeah.
That's Disney. It was not Marvel. Do not blame Marvel for Disney.
Oh, well, whoever's in charge, they're making these corporate ass decisions, and you can taste it, you know. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll agree with
like
Daryl on that because Phase One, when it was still kind of Marvel Studios, they may not have been the best movies, but you could tell there was more of a creative vision there, more the desire to make something. But as soon as because it was pretty early when Disney bought them, but when Disney bought them, then you can tell that's when there was more of I
It
don't know
was
how to
doing
say it.
Iron Man 3 when you feel that Disney hand was getting stuck into it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I agree with
Into
that.
Iron Man 3.
yeah, always feel like because like people have complaints that it's hard to keep up with Marvel movies, and that's not a lie. But at the same time, they're doing something different. They're doing something different, and if you want to enjoy these movies, then you kind of have to play along. That's the whole point. But also, which isn't wrong, that each movie should be a jumping on point for someone who's new. And I always
yeah,
Okay.
feel like they need to reverse how their continuity is. See, now they have Disney Plus and the TV shows. That
Right.
all the connected stuff should be on TV, and all the movies should be standalone, and they can connect like in an
big
Easter egg kind
deal.
of way. Yeah, you know. So you don't need to see like to understand. You can watch Quantumania, but you don't really know what's going on unless you coming from Endgame and
Yeah.
two other movies. You know.
Yeah.
And same with Wakanda Forever. Like you can't watch Black Panther and go into Wakanda Forever, and it's just like, why homeboy dead? Why is he dying? What happened? He died and then he died again. You know what Black Panther 2. There are like 4 movies in between it that you need to watch to
Yeah.
understand the sort of context of it. So I've always
Yeah.
felt like if all the meat of the MCU were on the TV shows, you watch it on Disney Plus, you could choose or choose not to watch it, and it won't affect your viewing pleasure of the main movies. That's just my take going into it. It's too much going on. I feel like it should be like 1 or 2 TV shows and 2 movies a year. Warner Brothers got him again.
See, stop talking about Warner Brothers, man. They taking
We
them
ain't-
out.
we talking about Marvel now. No, maybe it's Disney. No, they got to cut them loose. Are we paying them? They shouldn't be working.
Well, no, I agree.
man.
I miss the days where it was just a film and their franchise connected, and then you move on to something else. Because now, when you're watching a film and you see something big, like catastrophic happens to you, like, okay, where's Thor to help them out? Or where's Wonder Woman? I know she can end this. And it's kind of like we shouldn't have those expectations, but we do. Because I'm watching, what is the show? Secret Invasion. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this stuff happen. I'm like, somebody
Where
call
everybody
Thor.
at?
Right, like somebody call him.
I
Just
was
in this. Or even
spoiled.
She-Hulk.
Out of all places to be spoiled, it's like Threads is popping off right now when you see a spoiler on Threads. I was on Threads and I seen the spoiler for the last Secret Invasion. I was like, I didn't even watch it yet. What the? I was just like, man. So knowing that, I'm not gonna say what it is, but knowing that about Secret Invasion, it's just like, our people are who they say they are now. It's been 30 years. Who's who? We don't know.
Oh, wait, you could
Maybe.
spoil it because by the time this comes out, the episode is already out.
I mean, it's already out. It's already out. But I don't want to say for. I just don't want to say. I don't want to be a new rock stars and put spoilers in the tagline in the thumbnail. You know, give people at least a week or so to watch it.
I was going to say I'm going to be an asshole.
What? Oh no!
I'll give y'all a hint, though. Oh, okay.
No, the hint's gonna be too obvious.
I mean, I am in black with a beanie. I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, wait.
Did I
No,
confuse you?
now I'm confused.
I got it.
I don't even know what
it.
you're
Good.
talking about. I know who you're
Good,
talking
that's
about.
the point.
But
Good.
that's the spoiler. I'm thinking something else.
Good. That mean I confused you
I
good.
think you guys are talking about 2 different spoilers.
I think so.
Uh-uh.
I need to watch the last. I'm an episode behind, so I'm about after this is done. I'm gonna go watch it so I know what you're spoiling.
Okay.
I was just thinking of the spoiler where I'm not gonna say much. It's just I'll give you a hint. It has to do with if
Machine.
bathroom mirror. That's all I'll say. Corey, I can tell Corey will know what spoiler I mean by that. But
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah.
bathroom
It got
mirror.
to do with Terrence Howard.
Yeah, I know. That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Wait. So that means that's no. Wait, no. That gives it away.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I thought mine was subtle enough. I feel like Darrell's was like, if you think too hard about it, you'll figure it out.
I need to watch it because if that's their reasoning, then I haven't watched it, so I don't want to.
Okay.
think about it.
We got to come
I'll
back
watch
to
it.
this. Once you watch it off air, we got to come back to this and discuss it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's very interesting now. Because there was a lot of projects that they announced. And it's like, well, why is it taking so long for this project to come out? And then you watching Secret Invasion is like, oh, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. This was supposed to be a movie, and there was supposed to be Avengers in it. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this would have worked better as a movie.
No, I
'Cause I
kind of
feel-
like this standalone. I like
'Cause
this
I feel
because
like,
the runtime works better than a film.
that is true. That is true because you get more breathing room with a series.
Exactly. You could tell a lot. So we got 2 more episodes left. Well, 1 more episode left.
Yeah,
So-
not wrong. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Funky to come back. This is
Funky Dineva.
Enlightenment.
What else can we talk about in the meantime?
What about I mean, you mentioned the strike going on in Hollywood, and there's
Mhm.
regarding and AI, and we could talk about misuse of AI and how that's relevant to the strike.
Speaking of AI, we're gonna try it.
Is it Disney?
No, it's just that if AI is used responsibly, then it's fine. I don't feel
Right.
like them using AI to make an intro is a bad thing. Using AI to
Right.
replace somebody and not pay them is a problem, which is the topic of the writer's strike.
Right.
But they're going to use someone else's phone. I don't want to stop and re-record again. There they go. Wait, there
Nope.
they go.
I'm
This
telling
is
you,
gonna be a
Disney
fun
and Warner
episode to
Brothers stay
edit.
like,
No, they're talking about us. We will not accept criticism.
who's watching porn?
I'm not. It's the Barbie.
That's what it sounded like.
I want to see that Barbie
Oh my
movie.
gosh.
I don't care what nobody says.
No, it looks funny. It looks good.
I love how Corey basically
guys
said,
back
"I'm not
now?
watching no-"
3.
Yeah, we should be good now. We got a better phone and a better setup.
They're like, we went down to the store, literally
Yeah.
bought a new phone just for this.
Well, you gonna sit right there, man. That's it.
Technically,
All right. So, what are your guys? What are your feelings on the MCU so far?
oh god. So first part, like half was amazing, but literally after Endgame, it just felt like each movie was like, okay, this is a teaser for the next movie, for the next event. I'm like, come on, man, just do something solid. Like, give me a solid movie. Like, the next event that's like far away. Just give me like, characters I enjoy.
And then some of them don't even do the setup.
Yeah,
It's
no,
kind of
it's they're at this point. Newer ones just feel like it's treading water. Like, I'm not gonna say like Marvel superhero movies are bad. Like, I mean, the new Spider-Verse movie that just proved like people want just good movies. Like,
yeah. Like, Marvel don't get credit on that one.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's
that was
awesome.
Sony.
That's Civil War.
Yeah, yep. God bless that man.
Sony's weird. Like when Sony makes a good movie, it's a damn good movie. You know,
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse movies, the original Sam Raimi trilogy.
We don't want to say that
Yeah.
Sony made great movies.
We
We don't want to say that. Sidebar. I just watched a movie, Knights of the Zodiac, and I was sitting there like, what, this is YouTube? Oh.
I want to see that movie.
Wait,
That felt like
Seiya.
Let me
that
finish.
shit felt
though.
like a YouTube movie.
But when
Go
when
ahead.
Sony makes great movies, they make great movies. But when they make bad movies,
They make
Morbius,
bad movies.
Venom, it's stinker. There's no middle ground there. It's either like bangers or absolute filth.
And then Craven. I don't know why they making these villain movies. It's like, what is the purpose of these movies other
what are
than
you
money?
leading up to?
It also feels more.
What is this?
They're doing it to keep the IP because they know since that's all it comes down to. They're like, we got to make something to keep the IP.
Do they really think their movies are better than Marvel? Like, how?
Yeah, they absolutely.
I don't know. Craven looks good. I'm just waiting for the Uncle Ben movie. That's what I'm waiting on.
Weren't they doing an Aunt May movie?
Yeah, I wait on that too.
I mean, is it going to be?
Even that is.
I watched Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, yeah,
But
God.
yeah, I may got legs to run.
Like, are they gonna pull like what they did in the comics, where it's like, oh, actually, Aunt May is like, super spy?
Right. Aunt May is just her code name. Her name is Lissa Domey or something. Like what?
I would automatically buy it to go see like Aunt May, like super spy.
I would still be down for a third Andrew Garfield movie.
Like,
Give him.
No, we don't need him no more.
I feel like they should just wrap up this stuff. If they're going to do anything, make an Andrew Garfield movie and he meets Spider-Gwen when she's older, and then just give him a send off. Give him a
He
send
had his
off.
closure, man. And
No, he
what is it?
didn't.
Far
He-
From Home.
the
Yes,
la-
he did. He caught the girl. That was his redemption arc. It is closed, signed,
No.
mailed back off. We don't need him back.
No, but he was the lame Parker of the three. He didn't do anything cool. That's basically what he said. He didn't do nothing cool. So I feel like he should have a third movie where he's all like, "Oh, cool! I lived up to my other three homeboys." That's how I feel. Like.
That's the thing about Sony. Like anything good is because of the people for the creatives that work. Sony themselves never have good ideas. Like they should have realized that after No Way Home, everyone's talking about, oh, Andrew Garfield was actually really good, or like, oh, the Amazing Spider-Man movies weren't as bad as we thought. Maybe a third movie would be cool. Sony looked at that and like said, nah, we don't need to make money there. Let's go ahead with Craven. Or El Muerto. Remember that they were gonna make an El Muerto movie, and
they canceled that. Thank God.
Yeah.
But still, that should never have been. I should never have opened my phone at some point and read that on my phone. Like I'm a Spider-Man fan. And even I don't know who the fuck El Muerto was. He was in one issue.
Like a modern book. They're expensive now.
Yeah, like God, yeah, just that one announcement. Those books, like.
Everyone started buying them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we got people who are like, you're clearly not into comics, but you're clearly in for the money.
Or really like Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Hey, kind of off topic. You guys buy comic collections?
That's like the soul.
Yeah, it's the soul.
I got a ton of books I came up on, so I'll bring them by.
Though be warned, we're just going to give you like £1 or like £5 more of 90s books to be like, we don't need this, but here you go. Here's our 90s books.
Okay, some of them are like recent, but then I do have a nice chunk of stuff from like the late '80s.
No, those
too.
are solid. Those are solid.
Yeah, we appreciate late 80s.
Late 80s. Those are good.
I'll show you some love.
Yeah.
If you're a regular Joe Snow.
Yeah. Off the.
Yeah.
What do you guys do with them? You guys collect them or like resell them?
Oh, yeah, we resell them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's some occasions where it's like, I want this personally.
Comic book store.
Yeah.
People come in all tops and figures and stuff, and we got like 5.
Yep.
But comics have There's too many. We're swimming in comics.
I think at one point, like the count was like over 10,000 like single issue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Oh snap. Okay. Let me give y'all a follow up quick on Threads.
Threads. Hey, let's talk about Threads real quick. How refreshing? How refreshing is Threads for you guys? I know like searching is not like Twitter. Like if I want to find something, I can find it on Twitter with no problem. But like Threads, like it's getting there. It's going to get there. If I want to look at obscure Transformers on Threads, it will get there. We're not there yet, but it just feels peaceful and not chaotic.
That's what shows up on Threads, so I love it.
Oh,
Hyperforce.
Yes.
You know, speaking of Transformers, maybe I'm late to the game. I finally saw the new Transformers movie yesterday, Rise of the Beast, and it was. I feel like we're like Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, like finally those are good Transformer films because they're about the Transformers. I was never a huge fan of the Bayverse movies because they always felt like it was never really about the Transformers. It was about the Marines versus the Decepticons.
It was about the people and not the Transformers. Well, I have some Transformers episodes coming up, which is why I never mentioned them. So I'm gonna do a whole deep dive into Transformers in a few episodes. Go ahead.
They have Image took over the rights for Transformers and G.I. Joe, and so
yeah, Skybound.
Yep, Sky.
Skybound.
Yeah, Skybound's like subsidiary under Image and stuff, but yeah, Robert Kirkman came out with Void Rivals, and that was like a little sneaky announcement that they were doing the Transformers G.I. Joe Shared Universe comic.
Yeah, it was a wild.
And that shit looks badass already. One of my
it was cool.
Check it out.
I like how they look like the OG1 Marvel comics, because in the Marvel comics they drew the Transformers like people hands, but they were robots, and they kind of had like it feels like the old Marvel look, but it's not. Yeah. Speaking of, where is he?
Are you talking about Spider-Man and Miles Morales in live action? Did y'all see it?
Jetfire. Speaking of Void Rivals, Jetfire.
Yeah, that looks like the OG one. Jealous.
That's a recent guy.
Yeah, hold on. Let me take his mask off. There we go. Do you see his face?
Who is that, Megatron?
No. Get out of here.
I don't know anything about Transformers.
This is Jetfire. He was in the Void. Yeah, he was in Void Rivals issue 1.
I don't know anything about Transformers, but what's in the movie with Sam Witwicky.
Oh, okay. Forgiven. Don't make that mistake again. I won't allow it. All right, so let's wrap up this episode with the Hollywood writer strike, because Hollywood is on pause right now, and the CEOs are being mad disrespectful because they thought they can wait these writers out until they start losing their houses and their cars and stuff. But then the actors went on strike because they're not getting paid either. So now it's like, motherfucker, what you gonna do? You may get some clown to write for you that's not in the WGA, but you can't do shit without an actor. So nobody's doing nothing in Hollywood.
What do you mean? Y'all ain't seen Power Rangers? They get their actors from YouTube. They can do the same. What you mean?
Nobody's gonna put a bunch of YouTubers in a Marvel movie. Ain't nobody doing that. Nobody's doing that. Hasbro may do it, but Disney ain't gonna do it. All right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that these CEOs get sit on a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
I'm not putting in the work.
It's
yeah, they don't do nothing, but they say yes and no. But the people who, the reason why their company is even worth anything is the people that work for them. So it's like, invest in your company, but they're investing in themselves and they're investing in their investors and not the work that makes their company valuable, which I don't understand. And that goes for all corporations. All corporations do that. Even wait, I don't want to get fired. I'm not going to talk about my job on air. But what I'm saying is everyone does it, and it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah, like it. I feel like that's another reason why we see a lot of the MCU stuff be so lackluster.
Yeah.
Because then they're just like, oh, this writer wants too much. Oh, but this newbie, we'll give him a shot.
Yeah.
You know, he's only going to take this much. You know, they're hiring all the. No disrespect to Rick and Morty.
Right.
Love Rick and Morty. Like they hired on a bunch of Rick and Morty writers, probably because they were hungry to just do their own thing.
Yeah, something
You
bigger.
know? But it's, I feel like they had too much on their plate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're trying to spread the money too thin.
Yeah.
When they like not spread it out so much and just invest in like solid projects.
Just
Yeah.
maybe like 1 or 2 projects a year. Just focus that and just be able to like just punch, just good solid like right
True.
hook. To,
Yeah,
like,
maybe the
story
strike will be.
I rather people get paid the way they get paid properly, and Warner Brothers come out with maybe 3 movies a year, and if those movies are really really good, then they'll make the money. You get what I'm saying? Like quality over quantity.
Yeah.
True.
That's always been like my mom always gives me crap for like, you always buying this expensive stuff, Corey, but like my phone lasts me forever. You get what I'm saying? I always buy me an iPhone. I make sure it's the it's the buy me a Samsung, or not to say that Samsungs are bad phones, but instead of getting a cheap phone that's like a few $100s, I make sure I get me something that's worth the shit and it's gonna last. You know, that same goes for my car and my shoes. And I was gonna do a cold opening about that, and I couldn't work in the joke.
What is going on with Spider-Man and Miles Morales, yo?
Wait, Miles Morales.
That's the
Kevin.
unforeseen deleted scene from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
What do you think about the writer's strike, Kevin?
Let me word this very tactfully. I know it's going to be inconvenient for a lot of us to get all these delays on our favorite shows or projects, but ultimately it is a good thing because these creatives, these people, they should be properly compensated for their work and for their labor. And if they are able to get what they want, if this strike works, hopefully then other workers in other industries will take note and be like, oh shoot, we should do the same thing, because if this fails, this will just reward, literally, if you guys think movie studio CEOs are greedy, but every CEO of every corporation is greedy. So then if this fails, other CEOs will be like, we can get away with doing the same thing too. So that's my take, that even though it may be inconvenient, and I'm like, because I really want to see the next Spider-Verse movie, I really wanted to see Deadpool 3, but I'm like, you know what? In the grand scheme of things, their rights, their ability to get compensated, that's more important than my desire to be entertained.
Yeah, what I'm understanding is that Hollywood is operating off old Hollywood rules, where and now that streaming has been introduced, and that's what we live off of now, that they're not being paid for me watching Wednesday 400 times on Netflix. She's not getting paid properly. She got paid for doing the job, but she's not getting paid, in regards to residuals, of it being rerun on streaming as it being rerun on TV. No one watches TV anymore.
Yeah, I may be very misinformed. I've been hearing a lot. I could be wrong. I don't know enough about the topic, but I've been hearing that streaming played a really active role in killing residuals. There's probably more to it. I don't want to pretend.
Yeah, I'm
like
not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert.
But that's what I've been hearing a lot.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
With this, that since it's streaming, that they don't really have a proper way to judge how many households or whatever. So, that's their loophole, and they don't have to owe any royalties to the writers or something. I don't know.
it feels like it's a complicated problem that they don't want to try to figure out.
No, because back in the day when we had television sitcoms, they had the residuals for ongoing when it would become syndicated. And with streaming, they don't have syndication. So that's been something for the past, 20, 30 years that now just blew over because streaming is a big platform. Now, it's the future. Now, the writers and the actors are like, well, we don't get syndicated checks in the mail. Well, once we do a job and we're paid $10,000 or whatever for that job, and the show is being shown for 30 years into the future, they should get a cut of that. But again, they signed a contract that says you do not get any residuals once this job has been done. Once it goes to streaming and it goes on for the next 1,000 years, you don't have a cut of that because it's not part of your contract. Now, some actors have worked that in. Now, if they had a great team behind them, they would have put it in there, like Zendaya. People talk shit about Zendaya all the time, but she makes sure she put in those clauses and in her contracts and on her back ends. No matter how long my face is shown, I'm getting a residual of it. You know what I mean? So if more people had thought like Disney stars, these Disney stars know what they're doing. You could talk shit about Raven Simone, Zendaya Coleman, Miley Cyrus, but they getting paid.
Yeah,
that's what
they grew up in the industry, so they kind of talk.
I just realized I did misspeak earlier. Like, there's some residuals going on. Like, I just remembered how the writer of She-Hulk, how he said he did get a residual check, but it was only like
it's not what
like
it should be.
Yeah, it's like $396. I'm not saying $396,000. I'm saying literally just $396. This writer wrote the episode for the one where Daredevil makes he does his cameo in She-Hulk. I'm like,
that's what I would make in a week if I missed 2 days of work.
Yeah, but say what you want about the series, but if you're writing like an episode for like this big franchise for like one of the most profitable companies, you should get more than
$300.
Yeah,
it's Marvel and Disney. You should be getting paid top notch. Any given motherfuckers $300 for writing the show.
Well, that was a residual. Yeah, that was the residual check.
Yeah, just the residual check.
It should be more, but still,
it should be more than that. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Any final thoughts on the topics we went over today?
Hey, you're damn right.
Yeah.
No?
From here on out, we will call the Flash the Flush.
The Flush.
Look, I know you gave me shit on Twitter, Kevin, but I do feel like outside of the comic book, I feel like this is one of the good Flashpoint what do you call it, adaptations.
Oh man.
I feel like it was done better. I mean, it was done. Obviously, the original is the best, but when they did Flashpoint on a TV show, it was one episode and then he put it back. Like it didn't even last.
When you were
and then and then there's the cartoon as well, which was like whatever. It was like the comic.
When you say the cartoon, are you saying like in the animated series or the actual animated Flashpoint movie? Because that was really good.
No, it was just a comic book, but it took everything out of it. So I read the book, I know what happens. I just feel like as a readaptation, I feel like this is the better one out of the two that came out of it. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark. For switching it up, right? So not just like doing whatever. Yeah. From what I've seen, it was like they were doing their best to highlight, and it was like a love letter to DC, like the franchise overall, which is cool.
Yeah. Hold on. Speaking of that, another thing that's DC's problem is like DC has history, but they're tapping into history that is like post dates most people that are alive now. They're tapping into Batman 66. Like I said, Michael Keaton, Christopher Reeves. People know of that, but most people that are adults now have no attachment to that, especially kids now. As of Marvel, Marvel's been doing this for 10 years. So when they're tapping into the stuff they did 10 years ago. You know, it's different.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Sorry.
weird how like Marvel's somehow ended up being the underdogs, but then like grew to be the big dogs. And like DC always owned their shit.
Yep.
So they had like no excuse to do the same thing.
Yep.
But
It's like how come they couldn't figure it out? Marvel started with nothing and still beat them. So it's crazy. It's just like wrong person working on a job, obviously.
but I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful about what's coming out with the new DC stuff. You know, I'm curious about Superman Legacy and Batman Breaking Bold. Super excited about Swamp Thing, just because homeboy that did Logan is attached to it, and he's
gonna be
really
solid.
passionate about it. And it's gonna be I love that they're gonna do the Elseworld ideas. You know, where it's you don't have to watch all these movies to understand this. You could just go watch that one movie.
Which is brilliant. It's just good self-contained stuff.
They just should have did it like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of chasing.
I like the Swamp Thing TV show they did back with DC Universe. That
I ain't even watched that.
That's
Dude, that was really
it,
good.
it was
I
pretty
love
good.
that.
It was really good. It was really good.
I watched
it.
Titans, and then Titans went downhill after like season 2.
Budget?
You know,
I didn't finish.
Season
I didn't
two-
finish Titans.
Season 2 was the only good season of Titans, I feel like season 1 was this weird edgy stuff, and in season 2 I was like, all right, this kind of feels like a Titans show, and in season 3 I'm like, all right, this is garbage, I'm out.
I don't know. I blame everybody on Discovery. I don't care what it was. I blame them.
It's Discovery's fault.
I blame
That's it,
Discovery, I blame Walter Hamada, I blame everything.
Well, he's gone now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude,
So, go ahead.
Oh wait, go ahead. Who?
I was just about to close it out. If he still got something
All right.
to say.
I mean,
I got nothing to say.
your day writers or
Oh,
Ron
okay.
Perlman's go after you.
Oh, Rob Perlman gonna hurt somebody, man. He's just like, oh, you want to make sure people lose their houses? I'll make sure your house is gone too. He said it when I was saying it. Optimus Primal gonna hurt somebody. You better look out.
After every CEO.
God, that would be
I
like,
got paid to work out.
Yeah.
Like, for this moment.
yeah, that is like the build-up. That is the build-up for these actors.
That sounds like a
Oh, before we go, man, we talked about the mower thing right now. The most important thing: Deadpool the Wolverine
Yep.
to shut down production due to the writer's strike.
Oh yeah, we finally get a Wolverine that looks like Wolverine.
Yeah.
they're so close.
Yep.
So close.
It's a
It was
nitpick.
like that tease, and then
Yeah.
it was like psych.
It's a nitpick I have. I really wished he has no sleeves because I always like Wolverine
Yeah.
with no sleeves.
I
But
seen an
otherwise,
edit.
the
I'm
suit-
like, go ahead. I'm
the
sorry.
suit is like perfect though. Other than that, the
Yeah.
suit is
Can that you
perfect,
figure
know.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, no, Hugh had some sort of skin cancer, so he's just covering up to make sure he's like less exposed to
Oh, so that's the reason why we
I
not
can
seeing his arms
forgive
then, huh?
Steve. Like,
In that case, then it's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, his health
Yeah.
is the priority.
Yeah. All right, that makes. I seen an edit when they took the. Oh shit. I seen an edit where they took the sleeves off when it looks really good. But like I said, if it's
Yeah.
for health
Wouldn't
reasons,
be
then
surprised.
know.
Get him out.
Yeah.
they just give us some CGI.
No.
We got AI.
This is the
arms.
greatest thing I've seen. This is the greatest thing I've seen. The
Oh.
Power Rangers.
Oh man. All right, that's pretty cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Darrell, you wanna sign out? Make sure everybody sees Crowded Room, right?
Yes, everybody go see Crowded Room, the AKA what is it? Deleted scenes from Spider-Man across the universe. You gonna see how white chocolate milk is made. You gotta watch it.
Kevin,
you guys follow me at Global Nerds on all platforms, including the Threads. We are there. Don't know why, but we're there.
All right, go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, yeah. I like Threads. It's like Twitter, but it's not like fucking insane. Oh man. I will say I did have someone report me on Threads. I don't remember what it was.
Already?
It was like I made like a pee pee poo poo joke, and someone's like, "I just reported you," and I'm like, "All right, I just reported you too."
That's asinine. What the fuck?
I don't know who reports on Threads. It's like bare bones. You can't even hashtag.
I be right. I have to edit myself my curses. Like if I'm saying fuck or shit, I make sure I put asterisks in there. I'm just like, this site's too clean. I don't want to dirty it up right now.
There was somebody who said "fucking A" as their post on Threads, and I responded with, "Hey man, this ain't Twitter. You gotta say freaking instead."
All right, Comic Book Hideout. You guys want to sign up?
On mainly Instagram.
Yep.
We try to be funny on there. We have skits and stuff. And talk about what's up with the new comics every week.
Yeah, you see me yelling a lot.
We yell a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Some
And
trivia
then,
videos.
so we're on TikTok also. We're on Facebook and Twitter for some reason. We have not got on Threads yet. We barely use Twitter.
Yeah, I didn't even know we had a Twitter.
Follow us at Comic Book Hideout, talk nerdy stuff. We have fun events quite often. Y'all come down and do a podcast here one day. Mm-hmm. Just throwing that out there.
Hey,
I'm gonna follow you guys.
I plan on it.
I just followed y'all. That's y'all, right? Okay, good.
It's just Funky Garcia Funky Garcia underscore. Keep saying Funky underscore Garcia.
Y'all do not follow fucking Garcia. That's gonna be a whole nother platform.
Yeah, you see some of my artwork, and like I just showcase a lot of homies. You know, music, other art, podcast things going on. I'm a man of the people.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Yeah.
All right, I am Corey Gibson. You can follow me at. I'm getting a message. It's telling me to pay my bills. Hold on, sorry.
Pay your bills.
Corey's
you
like,
can
I
follow
just
me.
lost the studio.
My studio. You broke. Follow me on at C.GIBSON Rex. I'm on Threads now. I'm migrated. I'm one of the people who migrated. I'm still on Twitter, but I'm just retweeting. Looking at super robots, but I'm mostly on Threads now. At C.GIBSON Rex. Also, there's a bonus episode which I put up 2 months ago. PMC 2014 Legacy panel with Tsuyoshi Nonaka. So if you're interested in how toys are made about almost 10 years ago, you can go check that out. And you can see how the Legacy Power Ranger toys, all the behind the scenes talk of that stuff. Someone on Twitter wanted me to post it, and I did it. And it's there now.
To see how toys are made.
Yeah, just the productions of like the ideas of why they did what they did, and the designer goes on. It has 667 views right now, so people are looking at it.
That's
you know.
I'm interested in toys, but I want to see how the old school toys was made.
This is Bandai. This is the Bandai era of Power Rangers.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Hold on, I was gonna say something. Damn it, I lost my train of thought.
He said,
yeah, this is the Bandai era of Power Rangers. So if you're interested, go take a peek. And this is like one of the first things I've done. This is back in 2014 when I'm using a camera for the first time, so the audio is lame and everything. So, yes. So you get what you get, just to let you know. But the information in the video is pretty neat. Well, next time you see me, I'll be broadcasting from Northern California. So, yeah.
What's going on there?
Huh? I'm going to visit a friend in Northern California. So we're just gonna, yeah. The end. Bye.
I was gonna say we out yet because I'm hosting this.
We out. We gone.